All right, I'm out here in my yard in the corner where the chicken coop is gonna end up going. I have busted out my new circular saw, which luckily a friend was able to loan me a blade, because the blade that came with it is, they like purposely give you the blade that basically, it's like, are you really going to be cutting that much, ripping that much wood? Anyway, so I got I borrowed one of his blades and did some test cutting, making sure that everything was working where I have it set up, even though it's all kind of a mess, but some test cuts with these. This is, we've got these windows that go into our basement that for years people have put really terrible solutions to try and keep out the raccoons, possums, and skunks from there, and none of them work. But the basement is also basically they're able to get in from all sides. So this is going to be the start of that project, at the very least, since the house is getting painted, or at least the front is getting painted right now. By the time the side gets painted, I'll have this finished, and that'll help it look pretty. So yeah, so I did my test run of those, my measurements of those, and this side is my smart chicken coop cut list. It's my cut list. So I am going to start cutting all of my furring strips, which I wanted to have done by the time I got the coop, but life with a toddler. I put my coop supplies right over here. So I ended up getting her watering bucket because she said it was fantastic, and I still hadn't figured out exactly my watering plan since I decided to move the coop over here. So here we go. I am gonna cut some wood. I'm not gonna tape it. I'm gonna just come back to you when this cut list is done. Yes. All right, I got all my furring strips cut into all the little pieces that they need to be, and now I am starting to primer them all. I am debating on if it was a better idea to just primer them first and then cut them. I'm not really sure. Probably should change shorts since I don't want to get paint on these shorts, but here I go anyway. I'll get paint on these shorts. So yeah, I'm gonna flip this around. I'm doing the tops of all these, and then I'm gonna turn them one way and do the other tops. This is the rest of the strips and the 1x3s that I'm using for the windows. But yeah, these are they. And so I'm primering them all. I did some sanding on a few because they look like crap. But I finally got annoyed with my sander, and just decided it's gonna be what it is. But at least I got the ones that I think were the worst, because there were some that were just terrible and all kinds of ratty. Speaking of ratty, look at my trash all behind. Look at my amazing space. It's all in flux. I'm working on it. So yeah, I'm just using a roller because I think that's just gonna be fucking easier. And yeah, I'm gonna primer these things. All right, I'm probably 3/4 of the way through with getting everything primered. So I wanted to do another check-in. I got these were all the ones I was working on before. These, all the smaller bits, and I did the plywood sides and all of that. So I was gonna just pop in. I was too lazy to get a paint tray because everything is a mess. So here's what I'm doing. I'm just dunking it in the, well, not completely, skimming the top of the gallon with this, and then I'm kind of dabbing it off right here just a little bit so it doesn't drip too much down the sides. I have to keep reminding myself that this is going to be covered in bird shit, so like not to be so precious, but this is the last side. I've done the other 3 sides. I did them 2 sides at a time. So I'm doing 2 strips with this because I can hit 2 strips at the same time, and then I go all the way down the line, and then I am rotating them to the blank side, 2 again at a time, all the way down, and I let those dry. I probably should have let them dry even longer. but this is the primer coat, and they are going to be covered in bird shit. So I'm kind of like moving ahead a little bit, and I'm on the very last of the 4 sides. And then I'm going to do the ones on the ground, right down here. And I'm going to see where I go from there. I think my kid's probably about to wake up from his nap, so just going to see where the day takes me. Well, I'd say this was a solid day. I got all these cut. These are for the house. These are for the coop. These are for the house. These are for the coop. I got all these cut and primered. Only minimal shenanigans. And I probably didn't even need to primer all those pieces for the house over there, but it was just easier to do them all. I had a helper. Isn't that right, Riot? Yeah. And I gotta clean up, and I think I'm gonna call it a day. Go wash my hands and probably have a beer.